My regular viewers who watch my other channel and my Video Bob talk show that I do on the Video Bob Show, you guys know that I have a Judas Priest tribute band where I sing Rob Halford. And somebody told me, hey, there's this cool little place downtown on Charleston that has a little Judas Priest hidden messages. I'm like, what do you mean? They go, if you go in there, you'll find it. You'll see what I'm saying. It's on Charleston and Casino Center downtown. It's called the Cornish Pasty Company. It's like, what's a Cornish pasty? Does it go on your nipple? I don't know. But we're going to go and have a Cornish pasty and try it out and see if it's any good. And by the way, a little secret I learned that I want to show you. Check this out. Okay, if you're coming down Charleston from Main Street, right? You'll see this big rainbow building. They have their own little parking lot right here with just a few spaces that are free. You can park here. So if you're coming this way, you turn, come back this way. Come down Charleston this direction. Look for the big rainbow building. As soon as you see their sign, turn right in and park. All right, let's go check this place out. It's pretty cool. It's got a very industrial vibe. And that makes sense because they're celebrating the north of England and Cornwall. Check this out. All right, checking out this menu here. They do offer a tea service, or tea rather. So they're going to bring me tea. And I've been told the Cornish meatballs here are the thing. They're wrapped in bacon. The Scotch egg everybody orders. That's really popular. I saw that they have mushy peas, which is a great, I've had those in Australia and also England. They have a sticky toffee pudding. You know I'm ordering that because you know I love that. Now, as far as I can, a Cornish pasty is kind of like a stromboli. It's sort of like a Hot Pocket. Of course, they would probably come over here and stomp the crap out of me if I said that. But it's kind of a good way to explain it. Now, this is the Augie original. I'm just going to go with the first thing up there. There it is. So I've ordered that one. And they said that the first three are done, like they're slow cooked over like 3 hours. So those are real special. That's why they cost a little bit more. And then the chicken pot pie is pretty popular, they said, because people just don't know what to order. They got some vegan and vegetarian options for you Prius drivers out there. So I'm going to try just the regular steak, potato, onion, rutabaga with the side of red wine, gravy, and ketchup. I probably won't do that. I'm not a fan of wine. But this looks like a lot of fun. Keep in mind that I'm here on like an afternoon. There's nobody here, right? So they've got these cool church pews in here. Great for, large groups. I'm here just on an afternoon, though. But I'll show you one of the things that I thought was really cool about this place. Okay, so here's what drew me in, right? They're using the Judas Priest font for their logo and their menu. Now, they said they don't do it anymore. These are some old menus. But being that I'm in a Judas Priest tribute band, I just had to come over and check this out. And that's the old school Judas Priest font with the Devil's Tuning Fork on it. It's just awesome. I like it. And that's why I came. Looking at some of their other stuff here, I mean, they've got a lot of cocktails. Of course, this is a cool bar to hang out. Speaking of the bar, this is a pretty cool bar. And I'm glad that I came here when no one's here. Because this gives me a chance to just kind of check out the scene. I like that they got an old school photo booth. That's cool. Got a cool mural up here. I like it. Got some cool stuff posted up here. They got a nice little stage, so obviously they have little jams, They got a nice little hang back here. So, maybe my Judas Priest band will come here and play. That would be fun. People play pool, just chill, darts. They play awesome music here, but unfortunately I can't let you hear any of it. You know how that goes. I got to block it all out. This is a look from the other side. It's really dark and brooding in here, which is very British. It's very north of England. It's very industrial, which is the idea. Up in the Midlands, the Black Country, up in the Yam-Yams, up in Birmingham, Cornwall. It's like very industrial. And the church pews really just set it off. It's a cool vibe. I like it. And you could see them cooking. Okay, she brought me this tea. She warned me that it's like stupid hot. Now, I just realized I don't have a spoon. I got a fork. I got a knife. Oh well. So I have done tea on this channel many times, And I've seen my various Brit friends say milk first or tea first. Milk first. I put the sweetener. This is just cocaine. No, it's sweet low. She told me that this is crazy stupid hot. Be careful. And really, this is a pretty small pot, but we're only gonna do it like halfway, and we're gonna let that steep. I like to do the milk afterwards because you never know how much you're gonna put in. And I don't have a spoon, but we'll do this. I gotta be honest, I haven't done lemon in the tea, fresh lemon with my, I mean, of course, lemon tea and iced tea, but I haven't done it with hot tea. And maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll just give it a swish. But I like a nice hot tea. Now this is, she told me it's stupid hot. That don't even touch the pot, it'll burn you. But I like a nice tea service. And, you know, when I talk to British friends, when they say, oh, like, well, let's have tea, they mean dinner. When I say tea, I mean like tea. Okay, here it is. She brought me both. Look at this sticky toffee pudding. Just boiling. Wow. And a little kettle. And then here's this, the Augie. And wow, it looks pretty good so far. There it is, nicely presented. Lots of onions. All right, let's tear into this thing because I'm hungry. Okay, well, here we go. See how hot this thing is. It's pretty. I like the little braid on the top. That's nice. Do my traditional thumbnail shot. There it is. Get a good look at that thing. I just freeze frame it. Okay. Very. The bread is very dense. Flaky crust. Basically, the consistency of a pot pie that you can hold without the soup. No. Kind of dry. I'm probably not a fan of this sauce, but I'm going to try it just to be sociable. Let's try it. Not bad. It's very good, but like I said, it's very dry. There's really no salt or pepper here. She asked me if I wanted anything. I didn't ask for it. I'd like a little pepper on it, maybe. Although I do taste a little bit in there. Listen, the British, the Welsh, the Irish, the Scottish, they're not known for their culinary prowess. No offense. They make good breakfast, and that's a good dessert. But overall, you know, a lot of their traditional foods aren't that great compared to the French, the Italians, the Greeks. That's why when you go to Europe and when you go to the UK, most of the restaurants, I think the number one dish there is a curry. So basically, the way the UK works is if they want something better to eat, they go conquer that land and steal their menu. I couldn't pull that off with Italy. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be eating this with my hands like a American barbarian. I think maybe if it had a gravy on it, it would probably be good. You know, I don't know if this is one of those faux pas. You know how there's people out there that if you eat a pizza with a fork, you're to be beheaded. I think for me, whichever way I can stuff it into my gullet works. I'm not a big fan of fermented sauces or drinks. I don't drink beer. I don't drink wine. I'm not a fan of just that fermented taste. And I don't like when things are cooked in wine. I don't like mushrooms sauteed in wine and a sherry. Just never have liked it. ancestrally being Scottish, a couple of hundred years removed. I mean, my people have been here in the United States since the 1600s. But when I went to Manchester, we stayed on Mosley Street at the Midland Hotel. And I loved it. And when I went to Edinburgh, Scotland, they told me that our family tartan was the same as the Edinburgh tartan. My wife is also Scottish. Her parents run a Scottish import shop. I don't know if I'm goofing with the recipe, but I would have liked a little bit more butter on this crust. I think a little bit more of a buttery taste would bring it out a little bit more, but maybe that's just not what they're doing. But I think, it's a little bit dry. There's probably some butter on it or something, maybe not. I would like a brown gravy maybe to dip in, or an au jus, because it is a little bit dry. I was considering taking the other half of this home, but I don't think I'm going to. Just going to nibble on it a bit. I think I will take that home. I think Rachel would like it. All right, let's check out this hot, bubbling cauldron sticky toffee pudding. It's cooled down quite a bit now. So she warned me, do not touch the cauldron. Cauldron is hot. And I can kind of tell it smells just a tiny bit burnt. So they may have burned it a bit. But it could be just the smell of this cauldron. I'm going to take one of these scoops of ice cream, and I should have done this earlier. Set that on there and let that cream in. It's cooled down enough, I think I can. No, it's still hot. It's pretty hot. Let's sample a little of this. As you know, I've tested I love sticky toffee pudding. If it's on the menu, I'm going to order it. Let's give it a shot. I think it's slightly burned. I gotta say, I think they burned it. It tastes burnt to me. Doesn't mean that it's bad, but they burned it. They left it in there. It's a little too hot. I'm not gonna complain about it though, but they burned it. In fairness, it may have burned itself because I let it sit here in this hot cauldron. But yeah, it's basically sticky toffee pudding is basically this little muffin with this date syrup. I'm not really explaining all the ingredients, but that's basically what it is. Now, if you've ever tried it, it's very good. The benefit to it getting burned is it did caramelize the edges of it where the syrup is and make it into a nice toffee. That was good. But I'm going to say, unfortunately, this is not the best sticky toffee pudding I've had. I have to say that probably the best is, you guessed it, Gordon Ramsay's. I know, I'm a bitch boy for Gordon Ramsay. I love everything that he does. And I think the best version of the sticky toffee pudding I've ever had is his milkshake that he has at the fish and chips on the Link Promenade. At least it used to be great. That place has gone way downhill recently, last year or two. If you want to see the other stuff I do, just go on to YouTube and put in my name, Video Bob. It's one word. VIDEOBOB. Put in 2 words, they're going to get videos of Bob Marley and videos of Bob the Builder, videos of Bob the Rapper. If you're enjoying this video, make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'll find out when I put them out. I'm doing these videos more and more frequently, and comments and likes and things really encourage me. I'd love to hear your suggestions of all the cool places there are here in Vegas. I'm trying to make this channel more for locals and maybe visitors that want to try something that's different than off the strip. But if you're a visitor, you probably want to go to the more famous places. But for us locals, we're looking for fun stuff that's affordable. Now, affordable, This is, I don't know if I'd call it expensive, but it's not a cheap lunch. Okay, the bill here, 35 bucks. You know, she came over with one of those little digital things. I was like, forget that. I'm gonna give you money. Remember money? I want to make sure that they get the tip that I give. And, you know, not that I don't trust these businesses, but I don't. They get taxed on their tips. They have to share them. Sometimes the place takes some things like that. So I like to make sure that they get the actual money that I give them. It's just how I roll. And especially when I'm doing these things, I'm a little bit of a pain in the ass because they see me over here with my camera and talking to myself, and they know what's up. And the whole world's blogging and Instagramming and everything, so I'm sure they're used to it. And I always like to tip a little extra because, I mean, listen, usually you're anonymous. I'm not anonymous. And fortunately, I'm not like known enough from this channel that people like recognize me. Sometimes they do. Well, especially if I come back. If I go back to a place, they recognize me, which is another reason I don't ever want to shit on a place when I go there because I do it. Okay, official rating. It doesn't suck. You know how I do my ratings. I basically am really simple. Either everything was great or it wasn't. Sometimes you got good food in a crappy place. Sometimes you got a great place and crappy food. It either sucks or it doesn't suck. It was worth the money. It was good. It was a good time. So Cornish Pasty, right here on Charleston and the corner of Casino Center, right downtown. Look for that big building. You can't miss that thing. And again, little secret, you come straight down past Main, down Charleston here, and then they've got their own little parking lot right there, their own little parking lot. So it's free. You don't have to pay to park as long as there's no cars there. So anyway, well, thanks for watching another episode of Bob Eats Vegas. And this was the Cornish Pasty.